All right, we had 3 people in here already. What is up? What's up, world? You guys are nuts. I'm going to say that right now. You guys are nuts. All night long, I'm getting hit up about this Cleveland game. I mean, all night. If I'd have went live, I would have broke the internet. I said, you know what? I'm not finna do nothing till tomorrow morning when half these people are asleep. Now, Lebron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers came back from 21 points down. And as you see from the cover photo, I'm going to show you a couple of things. You see LeBron giving the wink? They were down by 11 in the third quarter. He gave a wink because he knew we got these bums. 25, buddy. Exactly. 25 points down to a bunch of bums. And you want to celebrate that? They should have never been down 25 points to the Indiana Pacers. So, was it really Cleveland was that good? Or is it the fact that Indiana is really that bad? Oh, the refs did their part too. But really, it's not the refs. It's the fact that Indiana is really stupid as a basketball team. Yeah, the refs were terrible, but so was Paul George. Paul George is just, to me, is one of the most off and on basketball players I've ever seen in my life. Mentally, he is not in the game whatsoever. And when he's turned off, he's all the way off. He went back to rated PG. Or just rated G because he was terrible. All game long, he was just terrible. And that whole second half, he acted like he couldn't get nothing to go. No, the refs made sure they solidified the comeback. They didn't call certain fouls when it was time. And a lot of plays there were fouls. But the refs did their part in staying out of it. But that's not what... That wasn't the turning point of the game. It was mental. It wasn't that they missed too much. It's how they missed. Sometimes they didn't even shoot the ball. They shooting with like 2 seconds on the clock, throwing up some shot. It was terrible. Terrible structured offense. And then when you got a head coach who's not helping, Paul George had no help in the second half. Paul George was the reason why they didn't have no help. Do people realize that the Pacers suck? LeBron James was incredible yesterday. The old man had one more game left in him. Kyrie is still hurting, so he didn't really play that much. And he wasn't even needed. They sat Kevin Love almost the whole fourth quarter. LeBron was on point because he knew he had a mismatch. Most of it was defensive collapse, but he was hitting three-pointers, which was a shock. And since they could not hit defensive sets and get in their sets, and when they did the switches, LeBron took advantage of it. And they actually was one pass, 3-point shot, and the shots were dropping. Indiana was so off balance. And they looked dumb out there. The series was over when it started. I can show you a series of events that happened in this game that started this thing to go the left. No. Paul George is one of the main reasons this game went left. He's not a leader. I said LeBron James played the best game, and he played great last night, and the guy said I'm a hater. LeBron played a great game last night. You a hater. So I guess that's it. Paul George, I think, had a triple-double last night, but what did it mean? First off, what made it so bad was the fact that they came on the court, and when they came on the court, they had, I would say, what? They had LeBron James and they had the whole starting lineup out there on the floor. And Cleveland had, what, the bench? They started the second half with the bench after getting totally dominated in the first half. See how aggressive they were coming out? And LeBron and Stevenson having conversations. That was the score at the start of the third quarter. Now, they start the third quarter off. They got Teague and the whole bench out here. Why in the world would you have Teague out here in the entire bench? The lead is big enough. What you doing is letting your team, y'all just coming out the half. You got Paul George out here who's doing nothing, so he's just wasteful. You're up 25 points. 23. Why are you shooting threes? Cleveland needs to be shooting threes. Cleveland's only chance to get back in the game is to hit a bunch of threes. They're posted up on the three-point line. Everybody should be up on them. No, the refs didn't punish them in the third quarter. They punished themselves in the third quarter. They had a mental collapse, and Kyrie was hurt. That's why Kyrie shot like 2 air balls in the third quarter. They had to sit Kyrie down. He's not 100%. That left knee is bothering him a lot. He can't really go. I thought Indiana would win last night, being at home. And I figure they'll get one game at home, and then they'll be out in 5 games. So my prediction for the series still haven't changed. I still have Indiana going out in 5. Was I mad? No. Wasn't mad. It just solidified my point. Indiana's a very dumb basketball team. They have talent on the team, but they're very inexperienced, and Paul George is not a leader. Paul George is not a good fit. And the problem is when you got a head coach that don't know what he's doing, you get results like this. When this guy at the end of the third quarter said, well, all we got to do is win the quarter, I'm like, oh, wow. That's your advice? We got to settle down. I would have grabbed somebody by their throat. I'd have ran out of timeouts because I'd have been choking people if they wasn't running the plays right. Bad decisions by the players. They didn't have no idea what they was doing. It ticked me off just to watch it. Because I'm like, I'm wasting my time. I knew the Cavaliers were going to win the game in the third quarter. It's very easy. The flow of the game. If you watched the game, you knew what was going to happen. Indiana got a bunch of young, inexperienced players. Yeah, because there's no pressure in the first half. You can just throw shots up. What's the pressure? The second half, when they felt in Cleveland coming back, they just panicked. Let me show you an example of indecision. Look at here. Teague's got the ball. This is a clear pick and roll, give and go type of play. Let's see what happens here. Okay? There it is. He should have given the ball back to Teague. That was the play. He think the play is for him to shoot. Why would you take a contested shot from way out there when you see your guys open right there? Teague is like, what in the world did you just do? This comes from bad basketball. And this is inexperience. Something you would never see in Golden State or anywhere else. Now you see that? Clear give and go. He's supposed to drop this ball off the Teague. He doesn't. Kyrie again made a bad defensive decision that left Teague wide open. But he shoots it and it's off. They get the rebound, thank God, but still, poor decisions. Bam. This happened all night. T got too much experience to let this happen. When you play what they call hoe ball, you get decisions like this. And they played a lot of hoe ball. Everybody was scared to shoot. Indiana didn't throw the game. They blew the game. Can't really blame it all on youth. Here's Paul George, who has to know a pick is coming. Teague has got to communicate to PG-13 that the pick is coming. Kyrie sets the pick. Teague's job is to guard LeBron James. Please explain to me, Teague, who's been in the league for I don't know how many years, who's a very experienced basketball player, why doesn't he know it's his job to pick up LeBron James? Now, do I credit LeBron James for this move? Or should I blame the Indiana Pacers for being a bad basketball team? Y'all tell me. Was LeBron move so sweet? Or was it just a bad basketball play of Indiana? Exactly. That is a very bad basketball play from a player who's been in the league long enough to know better. Now, the whole backside is exposed. So the whole backside is now exposed because of T. Now this player got to step up out of position to challenge LeBron. He goes straight up. And they call a foul. Now remember that play. Remember, that's a foul. Did somebody say show a corner three? Man, I swear, y'all gotta stop watching ESPN, man. So LeBron James, who had the best game he's probably ever played in his life last night. He had the one game he lived up to the credibility y'all say he is. Even though he didn't do it on the free throw line. He finally had that game where he was good. But it was mostly the terrible basketball play of Indiana. Indiana was so bad that night, it didn't even make sense. Everybody's standing around. Nobody's really running the play. Teague is scared to shoot the ball. I'm telling you. And they waiting, and Stevenson is on the bench. Kevin Love is hitting threes from the corner. And all of they doing is catching, shooting, catching, shooting. Big O, how's it hating when I'm breaking down and assessing the game? Most of y'all didn't even watch the game. Y'all just fans. Y'all just got pom-poms in your hands and that's it. I love this play by Kevin Love. Hustling for the ball out of bounds, he knew he couldn't grab the rebound, so he grabbed it and fired the ball backwards. Something you never do under your own basket. But he zips it back, and Thompson was there to get the rebound. I love that play right there. That was a great hustle play. That's wild, but I'm never really go to other people's Twitters to check out what they put or nothing. But LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers did what they supposed to do. They played like a more experienced team who've been in that situation before. But unlike Golden State, if you're down 20 to Golden State, the game is over. You're not finna come back on Golden State like this. This is a mental collapse of a team that don't know what to do and they don't know their identity, their place. Period. Kyrie Irving was shooting air balls all third quarter. He kind of get his left knee involved in the game, and he's really not ready, and they should have been resting him. And you're up 20, and all y'all can think about is shooting threes. You're not Golden State. Remember the give and go play with Teague that I was telling you about? And we saw that. And the guy was supposed to get a ball to Teague, and he didn't give it to him. Well, let's watch it now. Let's watch it now with Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson with LeBron James. Let's see how Cleveland runs this play. If Tristan Thompson has the ball up there, it's mostly a give and go pick. That's a pick play. And then the other person is going to go. They wait to see what Paul George is going to do. Paul George leaves his assignment, which was Tristan Thompson, to double LeBron James to help out Seraphin. Instead of letting the back guy does it, he lets the closest guy do it. Okay? And what happens? A drop pass gives up the ball to the right guy. Nobody closed because they didn't see it coming. Now you see how that play is ran? Now once again, was that an outstanding play by LeBron James? Or just terrible rotation and defense by the Indiana Pacers yet again? Indiana is just a bad basketball team. They have no leadership in Paul George. Now, I've been telling you guys this for the longest. I would have had Paul George out of there for a bag of chips. I mean, can I get a bag of salt and sour? I'll give you Paul George. To me, he is one of the most overrated basketball players there are. He hasn't been the same since his leg got broken. I don't know what has happened to him that he is just so off and on. But he's definitely not the same basketball player. They were so sloppy and ridiculous. Paul George said the coach need to call better plays for him? Did he really say that? He's not PG-13. He's rated G. How is he overrated? Didn't you just see him play? Didn't you see him play the game? Did you see how I'm pouting and whining? Let me show you an example of it. Okay. Here's Paul George losing the ball. Plays breaking down. What does he do? Oh, I'm going to go one-on-one with LeBron. Oh, I got Kevin Love. Give up the ball, Paul George. Give up the ball. What does Paul George do? He wants to throw up a little corner shot, thinking LeBron's going to foul him. He jumps into LeBron James. This is not a foul on LeBron James at all. Paul George jumped into him. LeBron's going to back up. Nope. You ain't finna get me. He throws up a garbage shot. What does he do? What a foul! I want a foul, man. Where's the foul? Oh, the foul, man. Paul George is a complainer. Always have been. When things don't go his way, he complains. He's a selfish player, and that's just all to it. You need to go watch my video, Tokyo, if you talking about Giannis can't score on LeBron James. Are you kidding? He will eat him alive just like he did last year, this year. See, the thing is about Milwaukee is they go after the basket. They attack the rim. You're going to have to hit 25 three-pointers to beat them. And you'll barely beat them because they go into the paint. Now, this is how stupid the coach was. Nate McMillan, who should have known better. This is what he did. I want y'all to see this. Lance Stevenson, the guy who helped bring the game in, the crowd got to their feet because Stevenson is the reason they had the 25-point lead. In the second quarter, the second team is what got the lead with him on the court. He comes in the game with 5 minutes and 42 seconds into the third quarter. So you let him get all the way cold and sit him on the bench that long. When you saw y'all was stalling, you wait till the 5-minute mark to bring Stevenson in the game. And everybody cheered. The whole stadium cheered for Stevenson. And you know what that did? That made Paul George upset. And as soon as Paul George, the first play, he just got in the game. Everybody waiting on Stevenson to get the ball. Let me show you what the great Paul George does. Look at this. Stevenson's wide open, y'all. LeBron them not even guarding him. He's wide open. What does Paul George do? There he goes. LeBron collapsed on Paul George because he knows he's a selfish bum. Stevenson's wide open. Look how open Stevenson is. Look how open he is. Why haven't you made that pass? Well, he's a selfish basketball player. Sean?
Kev.
Yeah.
Kev, what happened?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Remember I told you last night I said I'm going to the basketball gym to shoot some basketball at 24-hour fitness?
Yeah.
You told me that the Pacers were whipping up on Indiana, had them beat up by 25 points. I looked up today, Cleveland came back and whipped their tail. What happened?
Did you not listen to me during the game when I was telling you that
Finally,
Cleveland
they
was
brought
coming
it back
back?
within 6. Yeah, but I ain't seen they were coming back like that, though.
When I last talked to you, the lead was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, they couldn't pick it up in the fourth quarter after they done burned themselves out, after Cleveland burned themselves out in the third quarter trying to catch up.
No, they're a bunch of bums. That's why I was telling you that they finna lose. This is Paul George and the Indiana Pacers, and we're doing this live right now. You called in the middle of my live stream as I'm actually talking about this game.
Oh God!
So
for all y'all out there that's listening,
you come right in on time.
All y'all out there,
Indiana's just a terrible basketball team. We're showing a play right now of the selfishness of Paul George. Now, hold on one second as I narrate this.
All right.
Now, as y'all see Stevenson right there at the top of the key, wide open, you see LeBron collapse on Paul George. He never even guarded Stevenson because he knew Paul George wanted to shoot the ball. Watch what he does, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Pump fake. Nobody fouls him. They hit the ball. He's fighting to get the ball. He fouls Tristan Thompson on purpose because he knew he screwed up. He never gave the ball to Stevenson. Stevenson like, man, what is wrong with this dude? Like, why in the world would he just even do that? Now he's complaining about a foul. And he got the coach over there crying for him for a foul. Why is he crying for a foul? He was not fouled. This is the problem with Paul George. He's PG-13 to y'all. He's playing like rated G. And then Nate McMillan want to get fired up. Now the coach want to get fired up to try to defend him. How you defending this bum? You should have been yelling at him because he didn't make the pass to the open guy who got you the 25-point lead.
This is the same guy that was crying about, give me the ball for the last shot. Give me the ball.
He's so selfish. He's unbelievable. And everybody keep making excuses for him. And LeBron had the best game of his career last night.
Yeah, and they say this is historic. Nobody's ever came back from a 25-point deficit in a playoff game ever.
Well, nobody ever been down 25 points to a bunch of bums in a playoff game either.
Yeah, that's true. That is a good way to look at it.
Right, that's another way of looking at it. You went down 25 points to a bunch of bums.
That's let me know right now. The way they struggle with the a 7th place team, they gonna get beat up that second round. If they make it out of the second round, I'll be shocked.
This is why Cleveland lost all those games. They didn't want to play the Bulls. They rather play Indiana. They know they'll beat these bums. The refs helped in the fourth quarter, helped solidify it. And by that point, it was already over. There was no need to continue this no more. This whole thing.
And And then I'm sitting up here shocked trying to figure out how did the Memphis Grizzlies pull off a win over San Antonio Spurs. That just blew my mind.
Oh, it didn't blow my mind. You heard what their coach said about them refs. You knew that was going to happen.
But Cal, what gets me,
the Grizzlies
one
are
thing
one
about
and done. They got their one game. Now they finna get out of here.
Cal, one thing I can say about Zach Randolph, either he's on fire or the man's dead cold. There's never been a consistent thing in his life.
Yep. And now we finna go back to this game. Because I'm showing them how this whole collapse happened, Sean.
Yeah, did Kyrie Irving save LeBron James again? Because I missed it.
Oh, no. Kyrie was hurt. After the third quarter, they had to take him out. They did all this without Kyrie and mostly without Kevin Love.
All right, well, that means that J.R. Smith drained some threes to pull him ahead. That's what that means.
No, it was a lot of LeBron and a lot of just the whole team just doing whatever they wanted to do. It was a mental breakdown. Everybody contributed, but mostly LeBron. He just picked them apart because they were so stupid. They just panicked, and it was ridiculous. Right, the very next play. This is what happens.
Right.
Paul George has the ball. He goes past LeBron. He's trying to drive yet again against 3 Indiana Pacers. He travels, really, picks up the ball, throws it back to T because he's stuck and don't have a shot. T luckily hit the 3, but that's how wild Paul George is. He goes in there and just throws up anything. The thing about him is he's either hot or he is cold. And when he's playing a bad basketball game, the game's over. You're not going to win because he doesn't have the mental. He can't say, man, my shot's not going. I need to get somebody else involved. I need to try to go to the hole or get to the line. When Michael Jordan didn't have a shot dropping, you know what Jordan would do? Jordan would go to the free throw line. He would drive to the basket and get fouled.
Yep.
That's what Michael Jordan would do to try to get his rhythm back by shooting on the free throw line. So that's what you do.
These guys ain't worried about these. These guys trying to see whose ankles can I break.
Yeah,
LeBron
hit a lot of threes last night, and he was like 6 of 12, his best shooting night.
Yeah, you had people like Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman. Yeah, and all these guys that got hammered when they came in. You didn't see them crying every 2 seconds. Come on, ref, that's a foul. They just sucked it up and said, you know what? That's all right. I'm going to get you back when we come back down.
Yeah, and Stevenson hit that 3. Everybody's like, okay, the lead was 20 with 4 minutes to go. The lead was 20. And look at that. Stevenson was hype. He had the energy. This is our house. You got him back in there. He's the guy that the fans want. Because he going to play. They glad he came back. They was mad that he left. Of course,
so he's the only one that playing. He's the only one else. So he was the only one that was playing defense, really.
He was the only one on offense really giving them the juice that they needed. He was the reason they got up.
Right. And let me guess, Paul George said, you can't take all my shine from me. I'm going to start shooting everything.
That's correct.
Oh, God. And was Lance Stevenson yelling at him, giving him that side eye? Like, really? Like, really, Paul?
I mean, he didn't yell at him. He was just, like, shaking his head like, wow. Like, this guy is unbelievable. Well, Big O, we showing you how they blew a 25-point lead.
That's Paul, Mr. Paul. I got to have the last shot. Give me the 20 shots in the fourth quarter, George.
Oh, they got even worse in the fourth. It was bad here. And the end of this quarter, this is when I talked to you. It was the end of the third quarter. They was only up like 6 or 7. And I told you, like, back there, I'm like, man, this game over. Like, it's over. I knew the game was over at the end of the third quarter. I knew when I told you that idiot coach, like, all we got to do is win the quarter. Remember I told you that?
Yeah.
I said this idiot came out and said, all we got to do is win the quarter. I'm like, you could lose the quarter and still win the game. You're up 7.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this idiot coach, you don't see what's going on out here. You need to rally the troops right now and get them back focused. They playing scared.
It sounded like he didn't have an answer to stop them. Like, he can't sit down with they got millions of dollars.
It was like, this is water under the bridge. Oh, we just got to get up on them. That's it. We just gave them too many open shots. We got to get up on them. I'm like, are you...
He needs to be fired.
Right, he was delusional.
Yeah, they need to say they should have kept their foot on the net. They let go.
Yep. They came out.
Who cares we are
all out.
Who cares we are 20? Yeah, who cares we are 25? Let's make it 35, 45. But Ken, that has a lot to say about Cleveland lost. I should be there 25 points at halftime.
Now, see here, this is when Paul George is going out his mind. Because, as y'all see right here, this is clearly a hook move by Kevin Love for this rebound. Now, when Paul George did get fouled and he didn't get the call, it's because he been crying all game and they ain't finna give him nothing. But look at that. He hooks his arm. He can't move. Paul George ain't did nothing to foul anybody. This guy is hooked. He's hooked. He's like, look, this guy got me hooked. He hooked my arm. That's an old trick to get the foul. You hook the other player's arm and you jump. You hook their opposite arm and you jump up to get the rebound. That's an old trick Larry Bird used to use, Kevin McHale, and Kevin Love used that move. And it looks like the other person is jumping into you, but you hooking their other arm when they go up for the rebound. So the ref can't see it. He's not going to call you for the foul. He's going to call them for the foul. Like they hooking your arm. That's how you rebound.
Kevin, it makes you wonder, did these refs ever go back and watch? Do refs ever go back and watch their mistakes? So you know what?
They supposed to, but they ain't gonna do that. They're doing what they're supposed to do.
What do you mean what they're supposed to do? You trying to say they paid off?
Of course, they get a check. So they ain't doing this job for free. They got a boss. They're going to do what the boss tell them to do.
In other words, we're not let Cleveland lose tonight. There's a lot of money we got invested.
I know, and Larry Bird got to sit here, and Bird is sitting there looking like, I hate Paul George.
Why don't he get rid of him? Why did he
still on this team? I wish I could have got that deal done. I'll trade him right now for a Mercury Topaz. I get more miles per gallon on that Mercury Topaz than I would Paul George. Well, I got a new answer to my pain, and it's Paul George. I could have got me Porzingis, yet I'm stuck with Paul George. Most selfish basketball player I've ever seen. Bird over here disgusted. And they up by 20. They up by like 18 and he's disgusted. See, that's what a winner is. See, that's me. That's why I can't coach a basketball team. There it is. Davis is in a fight with his own teammate. Oh, my God. The head coach Davis is in there fighting with his star player on the court. They're up 25 and he's kicking him on the court. Why did you throw that pass? I've never seen this in professional basketball history. They're throwing the coach out for fighting with his own player.
Oh, God, that would be hilarious.
I've been out the game. I would have been out the game. I would have been up 25, and I've been like, dude, are you trying to throw the game? I mean, like, if they come down here and score off this play, I'm going to have a fit. Then they scored. Timeout. Get in this huddle right now. Stick. Hey, what you punching for? Hey. What kind of idiot was
Yeah.
what was you thinking? Throwing a ball like that. That's why you can't see Michael Jordan coach. You don't see none of the great basketball players coach. If you was a halfway good basketball player, yeah, go ahead and be a coach. You gotta have the right temperament. If you was a superstar player, you cannot coach nobody. Isaiah Thomas tried to coach. He was going to kill a couple players and referees. Isaiah was ejected I don't know how many times. As calm and nice as he is and demeanor, he is a mean, nasty player when it comes to that basketball.
Right, Kevin, because you notice how they trying to make Kobe Bryant, he don't even want to be a commentator because he'll be saying stuff he shouldn't say as a commentator.
Oh, well, Kobe can commentate. He's good. He just it's too time consuming and too much work. So he ain't got to do all that. He'd rather be in the back scenes doing some things about personnel and players and who to get. Kobe's got the right temperament to be a coach. He's more patient. He knows he has to be patient out there. He was coaching the Lakers. When he was on the sidelines, that's all he was doing was coaching. The seasons he was hurting and he was on the sidelines, he was telling them where they need to be, sets. And you see he's launching his own. He ain't finna trust AAU no more. He's out of that. He's finna put out Mamba basketball, where they teach you how to really play. The AAU system is corrupt. Yeah, the AAU system is garbage. And it's been garbage for years. And that's why people don't respect AAU no more. You know why? Because it used to be ran. AAU used to be ran by people who know basketball, who know the X's and O's. Now it's ran by people who got money and watch a lot of basketball. And then they like, I watched this game last night and I know what they was running. I know that play, and we gonna run that play. So you got guys who don't really know the game of basketball. They just watch it off television, but they got money to pay for the teams, so they already in. They gonna be an AAU coach. It is totally ridiculous the way the system is. Those guys are running everything now, and they ran the big players out who know something about basketball. They ran most of those guys out. And it's just, you don't learn anything. And it's like you used to learn in AAU. That's what AAU was. That was the higher learning of basketball you're supposed to get right there, your education. You play in AAU, you're going to get a higher grade of education of basketball. Now that does not exist. It's about one basketball player who has the talent to be a star. We just going to rally the team to keep passing him the ball and letting him score and go one-on-one and crossing somebody over and going to the hoop. And they be like, yeah, that kid's special. It's terrible, Sean. The AAU program is terrible.
Right, that's why I took my daughter out of the old AAU program, the one she did 2 years ago. I found out later, and because I even asked some of my friends to bring their daughters along to the AAU program, and then they all dropped out last year. I'm like, what happened? Man, they didn't work with the average kids. They didn't work on developing them. All they cared about was the star athletes. If you weren't at that certain level, they didn't try to work to develop you. And then two of them, they pissed me off. Because after one of the practices, it was time to collect the money, and a couple of parents don't even pay. Because one of the kids said, oh, we ain't got to pay. They recruited us. So he's like, you mean to tell me you got recruited so you don't have to pay? So all my money is paying for my daughter and for you. So everybody don't have to pay.
No, that's what happened. All of it ends up falling on the coach. The coach end up paying for the whole AAU. So Tommy, he was an assistant coach for AAU, and his brother was the head coach, so he knows all about them struggles.
It might be like that in Chicago. It ain't like that down here. Down here, the ones, they'll pick up 3 or 4 bench players that they know is going to ride the bench and they ain't really going to play, but they're going to use their money to pay for their star athletes.
Well,
they're using the parents' money.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but to see the thing is, everybody has something they have to pay. You already know. So it's like you can't really use like say, okay, your money gonna pay for everybody. It's not enough money to pay for everybody. The money you donate, you get a list of what you're paying for. They say everybody get the thing to say, okay, this is the money you gotta pay for the trip. Like everybody individually gets it. If one parent is not paying, somebody got to cover that cost. So they ain't gonna go to the other parent and say you got to pay more. You paying the same amount that you was gonna pay from the beginning. You get a form that you filled out and said this is how much you got to pay. I'm quite sure you did that with Jazz. They sent you a form saying you got to pay this much money. So you know that.
Yeah, everybody got that same form.
Right.
But out of
Everybody
12
got
players,
the same form, but not everybody paid out here. Because out
right.
here, you got a lot of poor kids in the AAU tournament, and you got some of the teams that got the rich kids where their parents pay. Out here, all the best basketball players are mostly the poor kids. So the coach end up being the one that's facilitating because he wants to win. He'll pay just to have those kids on the team. So he ends up paying their fees. He'll pay the whatever fee they have to pay or this when that food. They don't even have the money to travel to get them to the game. He got to rent a van to put them on the van and get them to the game. And I'm like, man, so he doing all extra work. Most of that's gonna lie on the coaches. They gotta pay. If they player gonna be on the team, the coaches, it ends up being his behest where he has to pay and take care for those other players. That's how it's done in AAU. But you go to the richer teams, it's not like, okay, we recruited this kid, we wanted him to play because he's good, that the parents got to pay for him. The other parents, no, it don't work that way. That lies on the coach. Whatever's on that paper that you pay, that's for your kid, and that's it. You pay that. They don't ask you to pay nothing else. They don't say, well, we need extra money. So you got to give us something extra. They don't do that. That would be illegal.
I'm saying that's what they do down here in this program. So out of 12 players on the bench, 8 of them are paying. The 4 superstars don't pay. So the way to make for the money is, yeah, it was $250 a month last year, but prices have gone up. Now it's $325, $350. I'm like, what? How are they going to extra $100? Now the extra $100 from the 8 players is paying for the other 4. But that's how they do it down here.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they went up in the price. Yeah, you'll get killed doing
right.
that here.
Right, exactly.
But you probably in an area where you got a lot of rich people.
And yeah, they got money.
Right, so they got money, so that's not the issue. So when they just pay it. See, what I'm talking about is the AAU out here where it's a lot of the poor mixed in with some of the rich.
Right, now it's like that now what you're describing is like that downtown Houston.
Exactly.
For nothing but just poor struggling inner city kids.
Right, those inner city kids are some of the best basketball players the world has ever seen. But they're individual basketball players and they can win you a tournament. So the coach is willing to pay the money to have them on the team. So he's just hoping some parents can pay some money, and some of them they pay some and they don't pay a lot because they ain't really got a lot. So they pay what they can. You know, some of the parents is even sleeping with the coach.
But Kev, you know what? You know what that little inner city, some of those inner city used to do when they're getting sponsorships, like how they're trying to do with the NBA. I think that's the NBA, right? Where the NBA is going to develop the little sponsor that goes like up
well, that's
by the
only
sleeve or something like that.
That's only if you get picked up. Like if you're winning, that's why the coaches want to win because they know they'll get a shoe contract. They'll get sponsored by a team if they're winning tournaments. And winning, that's what winning does. Winning brings all that.
Yeah.
So that's why they're willing to take that financial risk.
Yep. Did LeVar Ball, was he coaching his boys in AAU?
In the AAU, no, he wasn't coaching. He had the other guy coach him. The other guy that they let be the head coach, but he was the one that trained him. But as far as an assistant coach, I think he was an assistant But I think he has somebody
Right.
else's for the X and O's and dealing with all that other stuff. So that's that. But let me go ahead and finish this video with them. I'll hit you back later.
All right, peace.
All right. Okay, you guys just got a basketball education. Now let's get back to why this happened and how Indiana blew this lead and why Larry Bird was looking ticked off even though they were up 20. First off, that is a natural Larry Bird look. They be, Larry, you just won $60 million. Larry Bird's gonna look just like that. Larry Bird, you just had a child. Your wife just had another baby. Congratulations. That's Larry Bird's look. So you can't really read Larry. Larry has the same stoic look for every scenario. Why? Because Larry Bird's father was tough as nails, went to work every day with a broken, infected foot, did everything he could to put his family through college, everything. Then one day his father couldn't take it no more and committed suicide. Larry Bird had to be a tough guy since high school. So Bird is grown up. You can't fool him with all. That's why he was so tough on the basketball court. He didn't get scared with all the black guys trying to punk him, knock him around. He wasn't going. Larry gonna ball you up. Larry was tough. So Larry, don't get caught into all the emotions and everything else. Larry keeps that same stoic look all the time. But deep inside, he knows Paul George is the worst thing that ever came to the Indiana Pacers. They got to ship him out now. You're not going to win with a guy like that. He's a guy that fills up a stat sheet. He had a triple-double, I think, last night. And what did it mean? You see how terrible he's playing out here on the court in the second half? Paul George is legit. He just needs to make better decisions. Then you're not legit. Basketball is all about decision making. If you're making poor decisions on the basketball court at the pro level, you're not going to be in the league much longer. See, Cleveland don't respect none of the other shooters on the court. And because they don't respect none of the other shooters on the court, this is the results you get. He's playing against LeBron. Why does LeBron have to be the answer to why he's playing bad? It has nothing to do with his decision making on the court. Paul George parked in that parking spot. He kind of went over the line. Well, you know he playing against LeBron in Cleveland. That's why he parked that close to the other car. Yeah, man. Told you, man. You should have got that organic milk. Man, you grabbed the wrong milk. You grabbed that skim milk. I told you to grab the organic one. Man, I wouldn't have made that type of decision. Maybe because I'm playing LeBron, man. I just grabbed the wrong milk. Oh, my goodness. Y'all are something else, man. Y'all are something else. Man, the sun is bright. That's how Chicago is. The sun be bright. You like, man, you step outside and be all 30 degrees. You go, oh, they got me. Oh no, we finna show you the great Paul George. No, don't go. We ain't done. We'll keep showing you the inferior Paul George. Go ahead, Paul. Oh yeah, that's a foul, right? Go ahead, Paul George. 24-second violation. Yeah, okay. Way to go, Paul George. And they're the dumb coach. Yeah. Way to go. Yep, and there's that dummy. Nate McMillan. Nate, you are a better player than this. This is why you were removed from Portland. You're a player's coach. You need to be a team coach. You need to grab people, throw them out the game. Nate gets fired up, but he's a player coach. He likes to defend his players. I don't defend players that don't deserve to be defended. No, he got one more game to play in Indy, and that'll be his last game in Indy. Because I guarantee you, he's out. Paul George is out, and he needs to go now. No, he got no help from the ref. He's been crying all night. If somebody been crying all night, even when they get fouled, you don't even want to deal with them. It's like, get out of my face. And I'm going to show you what I mean. He is a liability. These guys went like 5 minutes without scoring a bucket. The league got cut to 10. It was just 22 minutes ago. How? Because Paul George is not a leader. Exactly. What was he doing on the switch? So it's like, is Cleveland really that good? Or is Indiana really that bad? Yes, that's right. Rest in peace to Cuba Gooding Sr., the R&B legend, the soul singer. And that's what the bigger question is. And the question is, Indiana is really that bad? Cleveland did a good job of coming back, but Indiana helped it. And here, Stevenson has the ball. Nobody's moving. I'm going to show you right now. They act like they were down by 30. The Pacers play like they were down by 30. They're up 10. They lost a 25-point lead. It's down to 10. You're still winning, dummies. But you want to act all defeated. Stevenson is upset because nobody's getting open. Everybody's standing still. It's paused now, but they still was standing just like they're standing now. Nobody's moving. Look at them. Stevenson's like, well, I guess I got to come in and drop the ball off. But nobody wanted to move. If you don't move, you're not going to get the basketball. Better coach? No. This had nothing to do with a coach. You think Tyronn Lue was over there coaching? Tyronn Lue was over there. How many minutes you play? Did you play yet? Yeah, okay. You play 3 minutes, right? All right, well, I'm gonna let you play, then I'm gonna let him play. Okay, then y'all both can say y'all played. All right? All right. What about you? You play? How many minutes? How many minutes he played? LeBron, you want him on the court with you? No? All right, well, I'm gonna try to get you in. I'll get you in next game. That's Tyronn. That's Tyronn Lue. And LeBron James cannot hit a free throw to save his life. How is that? They hadn't scored in 3 minutes plus. Stevenson attacks the basket, takes a flop. Nobody buys it. Oh, I know why his free throws are off. Oh, I know why his free throws are off. It's not that he don't care. He's not the same no more. LeBron lost a lot of weight. He got his body fat down than where he used to be. And it's throwing his shot off. He shoots different. So on the free throw line, he has to adjust his shot. He has a terrible form shot anyway. Notice he did that once that clinic got shut down. But that's another story. Now, here we go. Here's another issue. You see that? That's Stevenson, and that's Paul George. Now, they're in a discussion about a play on what they want to do. And they're like, well, what's the play? Where are we finna run? Paul George has already got his hands up, mad because he ain't getting the ball. Like, okay, all right, well, he's telling them, signaling people where to go, what the play is. Seraphin's walking over there, and he doesn't go to where the spot he's supposed to be. Stevenson's waiting for somebody to make a move to get open. Nobody makes a move to get open. Two guys are standing there, one guy in the corner, another guy in the corner. Nobody's making any moves to get open. And Stevenson's like, will somebody do something? So now Paul George moves, but he still hasn't got any separation because he's barely moving. He's not wanting the ball. Look at him trotting back like, you go ahead and do it. So Stevenson's like, all right, well, I guess I got to shoot. So he's the only one that had the ball the entire clock, and now he's got to shoot the ball. Then Seraphin gets called for an offensive foul on a moving pick because nobody got open. Terrible basketball. Now, is Cleveland as good or is Indiana just this bad? Did that have anything to do with Cleveland? Or was that Indiana just being completely terrible, period? It's Cleveland, right? The king. LeBron James is on the floor, so the pressure of LeBron James mentally made Indiana make those indecisions right there on the court. Very poor spacing on the court. There was no spacing. Even the coach is telling them, man, move. You guys got to move. What are you doing? Nobody's moving on the court. Now, I would hate to have to come in and watch this if I was a head coach. Because idiotic plays like that lead to these hero moments right here. LeBron James comes by, bam. And there he looked good. That was a travel by Paul George. Ball got caught on his hip and he got away with it. They let him go with it. See? Ball all on his hip. He passes it. CJ Miles, miss. You see that? We got these bums. LeBron's looking like I hit a three. Mama, you see that? I hit a three. Mama, did you see that? It went in, mama. I hit a three on the mama. I hit a three. I got like 2 of them today, mama. You see it went in, mama? It went in. I hit that three. Yeah. I hit that three. Yeah. So, after LeBron hits this three, everybody is like, whoa, okay, they coming back. They getting back in the game. They put Korver in there, went to a smaller lineup. Now, this is where I give Lou credit for his lineup switching. But LeBron gets the ball back. He wants to do a heat check. I'm going to go again. Bam! Oh, I done hit another one. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! You should have never gave me that, boy. I done hit 2. I'm in a zone, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo! Mama, I hit 2 in a row, mama. You see that, mama? I hit 2. Woo-hoo-hoo! Woo! I'm in the zone, mama. Woo! No, Lou's not coaching. He's subbing. That's the difference. He's subbing. So what you're seeing is LeBron James, he's feeling himself right now. He's feeling it. He's in the zone. Because he hit 2 of them threes. So you know what he was going to do. He gets the ball back again. He just hit 2 in a row. He going right back to that same spot. Oh, mama, I just missed that one. I had to check though, mama. I thought I could do it. I thought I was Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and one of them, mama. I tried, mama. I just missed, mama. It just missed. Oh, boy, I had it though, mama. So, after LeBron missed that, after he made those shots, they're showing LeBron James commercials and not Steph Curry's because LeBron complained that they showing Steph Curry commercials during his games. He wants to see his commercials during his game. Oh yeah, this is just film study. That's exactly what this is. Film study. You studying to see how terrible the Indiana Pacers are. I'm quite sure Skip is going to say the same thing I say. For everybody who thinks I copy off Skip Bayless, no, we just are very identical when it comes to things that we're thinking about. We're very identical when it comes to thought. And most of the time, like now, you see my videos come out before Skip Bayless them even go sit down and even start doing the show. I already know he's finna talk about how terrible the Indiana Pacers are because he watched this game. And if you watch the game, yes, he got a triple-double, Paul George, but all of that was in the first half. The fourth quarter, he was basically third quarter, he didn't exist. He hit a couple of shots in the fourth to try to weather the storm once they were down. Other than that, he cried all night long. Of course, DeRozan is worse than Paul George because DeRozan game is in the paint. Only reason Toronto will be down 3-0 right now to Milwaukee. They had to hit all those threes they put up. See, if you don't hit those threes and you're cold, you're not going to beat Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a team that plays in the paint and they play aggressive to the hole. They're not trying to lay up the basketball. They're going to dunk on your head. That ball is going down. They playing like it's 85. Ain't no trying to lay up the ball. They dunking on your head. Toronto wasn't ready for that. And I told y'all Milwaukee was going to beat them into the ground. The only thing that could save them is the three-point shot. All right. Now remember, LeBron hit those 2 threes, right? And then he missed the last one. Here's the next possession. Let's see what LeBron James do. What is he going to do? He going to want to try it again. Oh, man, I just missed again, mama. I guess I ain't got it no more, mama. I ain't got it. But nobody saw that. Nobody saw those 2 misses after he made 2. He missed 2. Nobody saw that. ESPN didn't show you that. ESPN didn't show you that after that, he went and missed those 2 right there. Now, see, they were down 10 with 10 minutes to go in the game at this point. He was shooting 2 ill-advised three-point shots because he had just hit 2. Now, LeBron was playing dumb basketball. But he knows it's 10 minutes in the game and we're playing the Indiana Pacers. They're a very stupid team. So yes, I made these mistakes. I tried it. It's okay. I can live with those because it's early in the game. See, this is when you experiment, and that's what he was doing. He was experimenting. Yes, he shot 6 for 12. That is very good for LeBron James. But LeBron James don't need to shoot 12 3-pointers in a game. Okay, I would love to see LeBron James shoot 12 3-pointers in a game. I'll be like, please, LeBron, shoot 12 when you play Golden State. Please shoot 12 threes when you play against anybody else. He just got lucky and hit 6 of them. But I would love to see him shoot 12 3-pointers in a game. Exactly. That's good for one guy. He had one game. He hit 6 3-pointers out of 12. Whoop de doo. How would you say that if Steph hit 6 out of 12? I mean, they average about 25 to 33 pointers in a game. You think that's impressive to Klay Thompson? That's a good half for Curry. 6 to 12. That's a good first quarter for Steph Curry. I don't understand. What is it that LeBron does that they don't do? You mean dunk the ball like a windmill and stuff like that? You're right. They don't do that. They don't cry like LeBron James. No, I actually said LeBron James played a great basketball game last night. I'm actually telling you why it was okay for him to experiment taking those 2 threes with 10 minutes to go and them down 10. He knew Indiana's very stupid and they had time to come back to win the game because Indiana's a very dumb basketball team. Why would you compare Steph Curry to LeBron James when Steph Curry hits over 300 threes a year? LeBron James don't even attempt that many. That's what people would call asinine. And look at James Jones in the corner. Man, they said they were going to let me play. I ain't get a chance to come in the game. They don't want me to play. I want to play. I want to be on the court. I know I could do something. Man, said I was going to play. You live by the three, you die by the three. That is the name of the game. And that's why Toronto died by the three with a 0 after it. See, the thing about Toronto is when you pound on them and you beating them so bad, they give up. They give up. Toronto's not, they not built for this. That team is too soft. If Lowry not hitting, it's over. You need them to be hitting those threes. And they've not hitting the threes, it's all over. I see them getting out of here real quick. Okay, let's see. Do Paul George get the ball here? Nope. Oh, they do. They get the rebound. It goes to Paul George. Let's see if anybody else gets the ball. Stevenson gets the ball. He gives it to Paul George, who wants a high post. Okay, let's see what he runs. Okay, there he is. He pulls up for a wild, crazy three. You're up like 10 points. Why are you shooting threes? You don't need a three. You're up 10. And people are booing because LeBron James got fouled. He actually got fouled. He got smacked in the face, but he's milking it. He wanted a blow. He got raked across the face and he fell down. Mama, he poked me in the eye. Watch this. Slap. I'm calling my mama. Oh, mama. Oh, the pain, the pain, the pain. I can't take it, mama, the pain. He whacked me on my cheek. Mama. Mama, he in my face. This is crybaby, man, I swear. He should get the Academy Award. They should have him up for the Oscars. This man can perform like never before. He got hit on the cheek. And this dude is up in here acting like someone murdered him. I'm like, my goodness, dude, you just got whacked on the cheek. Did y'all see that? He got whacked on the cheek. Let's go back and see. Whack on the cheek. He got hit on the cheek. You got your foul. He got whacked right on the cheek. I hope y'all saw that. That landed nowhere but on the cheek. Yeah, that must hurt. That must hurt this time of year. Unbelievable. And he act like the Academy Awards. Brought to you by LeBron James. And he wins for the biggest acting role in the playoffs. Goes to LeBron James. He gets whacked across the face. Let's see it, ladies and gentlemen. What a performance! LeBron James! Let's see it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. The Oscar performance of LeBron James. Here it comes. Oh, wow, look how he fell to the ground and held his face. Look how the anguish is. For the third year in a row, the leader and the winner is LeBron James. I'd like to thank the NBA and the refs and my mama for giving me this award. I got a chip on. He hit me on the cheek. It was so hard, mama. He's a strong man. And my cheek hurt so hard, mama. And I knew I could do this. Once they say you got the foul. Oh, we got the foul? Okay. We got the foul? Oh, okay, no problem. One more time. The hands extended. Cheek. He hit him in the cheek. He took a little chick slap. Oh, he's fine now. Now that they got the foul, that's like a kid. You took my ice cream. Oh, here, you can have it back. It all stops. Funny, he ain't hurt no more. The cheek don't hurt no more now that he's shooting free throws. Kyrie's on the bench because Kyrie was hurt. He was shooting air balls all night. Kyrie Irving has a, that knee, the left knee, the surgery he had on there, he had a hard time shooting the ball. Can't be a Carcino video without me eating. I'm eating turkey with tomato, black olives, and kelp. What you talking about? Kelp is good for you. Now my face look like DJ Academic's face. Now I got all this stuff in my mouth. I look like DJ Academic. Yo, check it. Yo, check it. Yo, check it. All right, now let me say this. DJ Academic, I think he half Samoan. He half Samoan and half black. He like The Rock, but in reverse. He's what The Rock would have been if The Rock didn't go to the gym. What's wrong with my mouth? Does this look fat to you? Does that look fat to you? I don't think so. You've been fooled. You ain't gonna have me sitting in the chair looking like DJ Academic them. No, buddy, this is muscle. Sorry to disappoint y'all. See? Y'all let this upshot fool y'all. Y'all think because I got a fat face, Carcino must be fat. Carcino's nowhere near fat. He's a powerful force of nature. That's what a lot of people say until they see me in person, and they be like, "Man, you lose some weight." No, I ain't lose no weight. I'm just not fat. I'm powerful. Somebody's like, "Can you lift that car up outside?" I'm like, "Probably could. I ain't tried it." It's the camera angle. The camera angle show you that I'm not fat, huh? Ugh, they show you these muscles, these guns of the Navarone. Cause you know me, Gene. What you gonna do when Carcino and the guns come down on you? Cause you know, brother, it's the 24-inch pythons. That was me doing my impression of me fighting Meek Mill. And my head going back like this was me giving Meek Mill 2 free shots. And then I hit him once, bam! And him going down. Absolutely not, Joshua. Absolutely not. But I ain't gonna go deep into that. They'll shut me down. They'll shut this whole video down. Well, we've been on this live chat for over an hour. An hour of live chat will drain your battery. I don't know if you know that, but that's what happens. Who couldn't beat up Drake? Meek could beat up a Drake in a fight? No way. I am wearing the shirt. I'm in my GQ mode today for my female subscribers. Well, right now we got a video up about Tiny in that situation. We might do the Tupac trivia today. But hi, Bill. Let me show you another part of why the collapse is happening. Now it's down to a 2-point lead. Look at Stevenson. He won't even take the shot. Confidence is gone. He goes back to Paul George. Gone. Confidence is gone. No, confidence was gone. And then you see fans like this. It's over. He know it's over. They winning the game, and he know it's over. They fans know it's over. They knew at that moment the game was over. Okay, Nisha. Better behave yourself. You might see it sometime today. Well, Nisha want to dance on the minefield. That's gonna be it. And we just had to say goodbye to us that Sheik Kai 8790. Of course they're a troll. Whenever you don't have any videos of your own or whatever, and you just come on here just to go through your own motions of hating and all that stuff, it don't even make sense. Like, why? You could add something to the conversation. It's a live chat. Why would you choose to do nothing? LeBron is 45. I mean, look, everybody has a good game every now and then. This game falls on Paul George so badly. He made LeBron look great. Look at this. All the turnovers. Here it comes. Back to LeBron. In the fourth quarter, the fouls didn't help him. I agree, Paul Smith. Nate should be fired. Everybody be like, man, he a black coach, man. There ain't a lot of them. Look, I look at people and are they doing their jobs. Your players are not responding. I'll give them probably one more season without Paul George and see what they could do. Paul George was like 8 for 20 something shots. You want to know how bad the game was? Monte Ellis is guarding LeBron James and D'd him up. He really knocked that ball off LeBron. But it's 5 seconds on the clock. 5 seconds. The coach wants to run a play, so he tells Lou to call a timeout. The assistant coach got a play they finna run up. The most embarrassing thing you can do in basketball history is out of a timeout, you give up a backdoor play. It's almost insulting to run on the timeout. You got to be really stupid to have a backdoor play happen to you. Right? Let's go to the timeout and the play after the timeout. Here we go. They come out of the timeout. Unbelievable. Out of a timeout, you let them run and hit you with that. And that's why they lost. They're not too bright. Now, remember a play a long time ago I showed y'all when LeBron James got fouled, and I told y'all to remember that play? Does any of y'all was here when that happened early on? And I said, remember this play where LeBron got fouled. Okay, y'all just saying yes, even though y'all wasn't here. Okay, I understand. People like, yes. I'll be like, you don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? Yes. Now, here we are. This is the play. Let me see if I can get some focus here. There we go. It's a lot better now than how it was prior. The reason why I said remember that play, here we go. Paul George gets the ball. He goes in. No foul call for him. That didn't look like a foul on LeBron James. He's within the circle. He's not outside of the circle. See where LeBron's standing? He's not. Fry breaks down. LeBron is in that circle. 1 point game. No foul on LeBron. Of course, Paul George is finna have a baby on the court. But you not finna get calls now. They gotta let LeBron close out this comeback. So you can forget that. Everybody say goodbye to Nisha Cunningham. Nisha Cunningham has been very... You had a nice run. But now it is time to say goodbye. And just like that, she was gone. Well, Golden State would destroy them. It's all rigged. The Cavs winning the NBA Finals. Of course, they're going to the finals. I want them to play Milwaukee. That's going to be a very interesting game if they get to play Milwaukee. Oh. I want to see that game. I want to see that game. All they little thing that they dropped to try to get there and get Miami out of the playoffs, all the little games they played so that they didn't have to play the Bulls. Because they wouldn't have been able to do this to the Bulls. And y'all remember this? This is when they had the two Isaiah Thomas on there. And they were talking about people making fun of the name Isaiah Thomas. Because they thinking he related and he the son of Isaiah Lord Thomas III. But they not even related.
Be like your dad or as good as your dad, and those are the ones I just laugh about because little did they know that I'm not even related to him.
The first time I saw him play in person was at the Pac-10 tournament. I knew a lot about him as a basketball player. Had read his story and made me feel really proud to have someone identify with my play, my life, and everything in such a way to name their son after me. So it was an honor.
He's one of my mentors. He's somebody that's been a real big fan of mine and someone that I look up to, not just on the court, but off the court.
It's a very great relationship that he and I have. I remember the night he got traded from Phoenix to the Celtics, and I literally jumped out of my chair and I was like, yes, yes, yes. I texted him and I said, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to your basketball career.
It seems crazy to hear that from a guy that was a big rival of the Celtics, and back then he didn't want anything to do with the Celtics.
Where do I start?
The Pistons-Celtic rivalry. They hated Isaiah in that building. Isaiah's loving it because they're screaming his name in Boston Gardens.
Coming.
I bet the old Celtics fans, when they hear my name, they think about something else at first, and then I guess when they watch me play, they like what they see.
Isaiah, deep three. Oh! One of the great performances in Celtics history.
It's so beautiful. I love it. I love it that, you know, and even though they're not chanting my name, to hear them chant MVP and they're talking about Isaiah Thomas in the Boston Garden, it's just awesome.
That's called karma. That's called karma. Melo for Paul George? Absolutely not. I'd rather stick with Melo than have Paul George. Paul George to me that's just another headache waiting to happen. He's got to be in the top 5 most overrated basketball players. On that list is Paul George. Don't want nothing to do with him. Can't win with him. No, can't do it. What team is best for PG-13? The D-League. Brooklyn Nets. He'll fit real good in Brooklyn. You can shoot all you want. You can play one-on-one all you want. You can load that stat sheet up down in Brooklyn. If I'm Boston, I'm looking to get Booker. Or if I'm Indiana, rather. If I'm Indiana, I'm trying my best to get Booker out of Phoenix. The same way they rescued Isaiah Thomas out of Phoenix, they get Booker out of Phoenix. Look out. Oh yeah, well it's almost 9 o'clock. I gotta get out of here. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out.